Hello, this is Tasha Aguilar, part 2, take 2. Today is June 11, 2018. I'm going to be reviewing the lateral side, and from the lateral side, I'm going to go to the inferior side of the skeleton. So here we go. Let's start again. So from the lateral side of my skeleton, we're going to be reviewing the ethmoid. The ethmoid, I have it right here, and let's see. Let's just move my skeleton a little bit. There's my ethmoid. My ethmoid's right there. My lacrimal's right there as well. After my lacrimal, I have my frontal. My frontal's right here. After the frontal, I have the mandible. The mandible is located right here. There's my mandible, the lower part of the jaw. Right here, I have my maxilla right here. This is my nasal on this part right here. This is my zygomatic. I remember zygomatic because I think of a big zygomatic kiss, my high cheekbone. After that, I also know the parietal. The parietal is located over here. The sphenoid is located right here. Let's see. The next one is the occipital. And the occipital is located right here in the back of the skull. After that, I have my temporal. My temporal is located over here. After my temporal, that is all of them for the lateral skull. Now I'm going to be going over my inferior skull. So here we go. For my inferior skull, this is where the ethmoid is located. So if you look through here, this is the ethmoid. After the ethmoid, I have the frontal. The frontal is located over here in the front. This is my frontal right here. After that, I have my occipital. My occipital is located back here. There's my occipital down over here. After that, I have my temporal. My temporal is located over here. Like I'm telling you, temporal. After that, I have my sphenoid. My sphenoid is located over here. And that is all for the inferior skull. You can look in there. There's my inferior skull. After my inferior skull, I have the vertebral column. Here we go for my vertebral column. Let's just turn it around. Okay, so for my vertebral column, we're going to start with the atlas. So the atlas is located right here. This is the C1, which it starts right on the top. That C1, that's atlas. Right after that, for C2, that's the axis. Right after the axis, for all the way down until C7. Right here, that's the cervical. That's for the cervical. After that, we go down to the T1, the thoracic, all the way to 12, I believe. So there's 12 all the way for thoracic. And then after that, we're going to go from L1 all the way to L5, and that's a lumbar. After that, we're going to go L5, which is a sacral. And after the sacral, I don't know if you can see me pointing. After the sacral, I have all the way to 4, which is the coxal. And then all the way down here, I have the tailbone. And the tailbone, I've learned that this is to help you with balance, and also like to sit down. When you're sitting down, is for support and movement. So this is my vertebral column. So I went over the coccyx, I went over the cervical vertebrae, the axis, the atlas, the lumbar vertebrae, the sacrum, and the thoracic vertebrae. Now I'm going to be going over the thoracic cage. Let's just turn my skeleton around for the next part. Let's see. The next part for my thoracic cage is, we're going to start first with the body of the sternum. This is the body of the sternum right here. After the body of the sternum, we're going to go over the true ribs. The true ribs start right here on this right here. True ribs are from right here all the way down. So they go from 1 all the way to 7, and then the false ribs start all the way from 8 to 12, and then I believe from 10 to 11, these are the floating ribs right here. These little ones that hang, if you can see a little better. These are my floating ribs. And then after that, let's see, the manubrium of the sternum. This is right above the sternum. It's right here, this little part right here. That's the manubrium of sternum. So I went over the body of the sternum, the false ribs, the floating ribs, and the true ribs. Now I'm going to go over the clavicle, the appendicular skeleton, and this is the pectoral girdle and upper limbs. So right here, I'm going to point to the scapula. Right here, this is the scapula. You see right here. This is the scapula right here. After that, I'm going to go to the clavicle. The clavicle is right here, which is on this side. This is a clavicle. After that, I'm going to show you the humerus. This is the humerus, like our funny bone right here. After the humerus, I'm going to show you the radius and the ulna. This side is the radius, and this side is my ulna. Right here, you can see. Right here, I have this one as my radius. This is my radius, which is the outside. My ulna is in the inside. Let's see. I confused myself? No. I think I'm correct. Yeah. The radius is the outside, ulna is the inside. Why am I second guessing myself? I know these. Okay. After that, I have, so I went over the clavicle, the scapula, the ulna, the humerus, and the radius. Now I'm going to be going over the hand and the wrist. So these ones are a little bit more complicated, but I'll show you. So I marked them a little bit so that I can also show you. So in the hand and the wrist, I'm going to show you where the capitate is. I'm going to start with right here. The capitate is located right over here. This is where the capitate's at. After that, I have the hamate. I want to say hamate, but I know that's not correct. It's hamate right there. After that, I have the lunate. The lunate I have right here. After the lunate, I have the scaphoid. The scaphoid, I have it over here. And after the scaphoid, I have the sesamoid. And the sesamoid, I believe I have it right over here. And after that, I have the trapezium. The trapezium, I have it right here. Right here is my trapezium. After that, those are all the ones I have. So I have the lunate, hamate, trapezium, capitate, trapezium again, sesamoid right here. I have, what other one? The scaphoid. The scaphoid I have over here, hiding somewhere over here, the scaphoid. And, my goodness, let's go over the metacarpals. I have the metacarpals right over here. Here's my metacarpals. After my metacarpals, I have the phalanges. The phalanges, I have them right over here. After the phalanges, I have the pesiform. The pesiform, I have right here. I have the pesiform right over here. After the pesiform, I have the triquetrum. And I have it over here, right over here, the triquetrum, right there. After that, I have, I believe that's all I have for the hand and the wrist. Now I'm going to be going over the pelvic girdle and the lower limbs. So for the pelvic girdle, let's see, hopefully you can see. The pelvic girdle, I'm going to start with the ilium. The ilium, we start with down here. This is the ilium. Then I have the ischium, which is right over here. After that, I have the pubic bone, which is located right here. This is my pubic bone. Let's see. Then I have Oh, after that I have my tibia. And my tibia I have right over here. And then I have my femur. This is my femur. My femur. Then I have the fibula right over here. Oh, I don't even think you see me. The fibula, the tibia, the patella, right here, the kneecap. Right after that, I have I showed you already the pubic bone, which is over here again. And that's all for the pelvic girdle and lower limbs. Then I have the ankle and foot, the best part of all. Oh my goodness. It's just, my ankle and foot is right here. So this is my foot, this is my ankle. For my ankle and foot, I have, okay, let me show you. A little difficult. Okay. For my foot, I have right here. I'm going to start with the, hold on. Already.